It is extraordinary how easily the mind erases the most crucial of details. Lying face down, I attempted to race half-lucidly over the disjointed facts of my apparent predicament, only registering the sensation of stiffness in my neck. Beneath my exposed cheek was the autumn-chilled asphalt of road. The rumbling vibrations of tires certainly lent to this theory, but without the bleating of horns to voice their concern at a grown man lying in traffic. I've been hit, run over by a car, and now I'm lying, God knows how banged up, and nobody cares. Golden. Stealing against the gawking onlookers surely passing judgment on the lone figure prostrate in the road, I allowed my eyes to open. Brought low to a new perspective, I saw the world as one would see through the eyes of an animal, though perhaps if my current evaluation of self-worth were an accurate gauge, the view of an insect would be more fitting. From the corner of my eye, I saw the raised hand holding back traffic transitioning to the walking man, beckoning a current of impeding feet. Shoes padded in uncoordinated rhythm on every side, rising and falling in an impending crescendo. "Hold up, I just need to—" My exclamation was muffled as I buried my head beneath my arms, shielding myself from the oncoming high heels and leather loafers. But the wave of souls never came. As though I was a stone jetting through a stream, the school of bodies moved seamlessly around me, never touching but sliding around my curled body. The hell? It was not a feeling of surprise or unease at the lack of help. Boy Scouts did not earn badges for helping 26-year-olds after all. But not even a sidelong glance was thrown my way as the march continued seamlessly on my every side. Two women, one in a long skirt, one with deeply bleached hair, did not break stride or conversation as they separated around my body, returning to their amiable pace without comment. Pulling myself to a kneeling position, I worked to reorient myself amidst the surreal circumstance of the mundane setting. Beyond the crosswalk, a row of interchangeable shops offered all manner of unnecessary goods, the variety that rich husbands poured money into for their wives to run in an effort to stave off the inevitable separation. These shops were interspersed with family-style restaurants that changed hands every year or so as the passing customers' wallets became decreasingly generous. The horizon line of telephone wires hung in gray contrast against the overcast sky. A gentle breeze funneled through the street, tossing up a smattering of birds who caught the current of wind, clapping their wings and swirling in a choreographed arc over the road and out of sight. Still, not a spiteful glance was spared in my direction. Pretending it was only a growing irritation setting off my bubbling anxiety, I reached out to grab the closest pair of legs, belonging to a stout man with a receding hairline and brown suit. But as my fingers extended, so did the arc of his leg, swinging away in a fluid motion. Again, I grasped at the next pair of legs, this time of a young woman. I weighed that even her disgust at a pervert on the street would be a fair trade to be noticed. But no, she too glided out of my reach. Again and again, landing on my stomach in a series of desperate dives, I clawed at empty space, responsive flesh and bone slipping out of my clenching fists. The sensation took me back to catching butterflies with my bare hands as a child, each time the delicate wings finding the smallest opening and vanishing out of my cupped palms. "You know I'm here," I cried out finally, trying to seize a teenage boy with a royal blue baseball cap by the shoulders. I was desperate for eye contact, for someone to see that I was here, to be at least forced to acknowledge the great ruse. But the boy's gaze passed right through me. He continued onto the sidewalk, hurrying his pace as the walking sign ticked down to 0, and the halting hand reappeared.